My role is mainly to do with production and the actual delivery on site. So what happens from the participant arriving, how they're looked after by the staff, the roles of each member of our staff, maintaining their rotas and their daily activities, and making sure that the experience for the participant being delivered to and from the plinth is as smooth as it can possibly be. Artichoke, their work is primarily on large-scale outdoor events. So the original piece that they did was the Sultan's Elephant, which was the 50-foot elephant and little girl that they walked around the streets of London for 4 days. The way we tend to work is we have an idea, or an idea is presented to us, and then we start to look at, well, how do we make that idea possible, and who are the organisations that we can work with? How do you rota staff over a 24-hour period for 100 days? How many staff do you need? So we really take everything from scratch, from that initial idea of this is what the project is, to okay, logistically what does that mean and how do we make it happen? I finished my GCSEs and started doing a course in acting, music and dance, and I was convinced that that was the way I wanted to go. I actually wanted to be a performer, and then during that course I got the opportunity to work for an arts festival just as an assistant. They called them trogs, and we would just run around, we build stages, we look after artists, we just everything that made the events happen. We would be the little people running around doing all the building and sweeping and cleaning and sorting. So, and I completely fell in love just there and then. I was 16 and realised that actually that's what I wanted to do, and it was a far more realistic path for me to take than trying to be a performer. My advice would be to get as much hands-on practical experience as you possibly can. I think there's a lot to be said for having academic qualifications, but I think there's a lot more to be said for having that practical, yes, I've got stuck in, I've worked with these companies, I've worked with these artists, I've done everything through from sweeping the floor and building the stages to artist liaison, and it's a great experience, and no course can really teach you that. It's getting stuck in that I think is the most valuable thing. I think what I really love is the people element, is the fact that every single day you're meeting different people, and particularly on the One Another project, I mean, you're meeting characters every single hour of the day. The staff that we're working with, the various artists that we work with, the performance companies, everyone from the technical crew to the riggers. It's just a fantastic thing to be able to be mixing with so many interesting people and to be finding out about their work and how it affects yours. And so I'd say that's a real joy.